Hey guys, it's Sophie Cunningham here. I'm finally in Indiana and I am so excited to be here and meet all of you. See you guys at the game. Bye.
Those definitely don't sound like the words of someone who doesn't want to be with the Indiana Fever. That's exactly what Sophie Cunningham, the WNBA's tough competitor, had to say after joining the team. She's here, and she's ready to make a big impact alongside Caitlin Clark and the rest of the squad.
Finally here! All right.
While Cheryl Swoops was out there claiming that no one wants to play in Indiana, Sophie Cunningham was doing the exact opposite, setting the internet on fire with her excitement about joining the Fever. From her press conference to her workouts and social media posts, everything screams one thing: Indiana just found the missing piece they've been looking for. And the doubters? They're about to be proven wrong. In this video, we'll break down everything Sophie had to say about Caitlin Clark and the Fever, her whirlwind first day with the team, and how she's shutting down the haters. Ready? Let's dive in.
Oh gosh, this is the first time I've seen my jersey. I love this. It's like I'm a rookie all over again.
Where were you when you found out about this, and what was kind of that general reaction to a fresh start here?
Yeah, you guys will learn that if I'm not in the gym, I'm normally by the pool. And so I was actually poolside when I found out. And, there's a lot of emotions just because I have been out there for so long. But to be honest, my original thought was like, oh, heck yeah. Like, we're about to go win a championship. Like, that's exactly where my mind went. And like I said, it's all about the people. It's about the culture. I learned a lot out there, but now I'm ready to move on to something bigger, something better, and have a lot of really great players around me to, seriously go win a championship.
What if I told you that while Cheryl Swoops was busy talking about how nobody wants to play in Indiana, Sophie Cunningham was actually poolside in Phoenix when she got the trade call? And her immediate reaction? No disappointment, no hesitation, just pure excitement.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm so excited. I think it's refreshing. I've been in Phoenix for the past 6 years, was drafted out there. I've had a really great time. I've been very blessed with being around a lot of GOATs in the game and learning the game on another level. But again, like, this is just a new style, and this is the style that I thrive in. When you have people who can shoot the ball, who move the ball, who are running gunners, and share the ball, like, this is the type of offense that I want to be in.
That's right, the idea that top players don't want to join the Fever just got blown to pieces. While the critics were busy coming up with their next complaint, Sophie was already locked in, mentally preparing for a championship run in Indiana. It doesn't get more opposite than that.
Yeah, I'm just stoked. And like I said, the offense is more my style, but I'm also surrounded by a great culture and great people, and that's what I'm also very excited about, to be here in Indiana.
When Sophie finally stepped into Gainbridge Fieldhouse, her excitement was impossible to miss. The Fever's social media team captured every moment of her pure joy as she explored her new home court. In a video that quickly went viral, Sophie introduced herself with undeniable energy, making it clear she's all in.
What will it be for you and your family to be back here in the Midwest, something that Caitlin had as well, and within driving distance for everyone, right?
I love it. My roots are here in the Midwest, and just to be closer to home. My sister is married and has a kid, has another one on the way, and family is everything to me. I have a really great support system, and you better believe I've already had over 100, 200 people reach out. Hey, how do we get season tickets? I was like, I have no idea. I just got traded 2 hours ago. So I think we're going to have a pretty cool fan base up here from Missouri. But again, it's my Midwest roots. I'm excited to be around Midwesterners again. It's my type of people, and so I'm happy to be here.
But this move is about more than just basketball for Sophie. As a Missouri native, coming back to the Midwest feels like coming home. I love it, she shared during her introduction to the Indiana media. My roots are here in the Midwest, and just to be closer to home, this wasn't just another trade for her, it was a homecoming.
I'm just excited, but to be honest, I think when you have a group that can let go of the egos and you're really just here to win and work hard, I think that's the best type of group, and you're all willing to do the dirty work, and I think that's what I'm most excited about. That's my bread and butter right there, is outwork your opponents and have fun doing it.
What makes Sophie's arrival even more significant is the immediate impact she's having on team chemistry. In a league where some stars bring egos bigger than their talent, Sophie made it clear from day one, she's all about a selfless, team-first culture.
I've been here and I have been paying a lot more attention to it, and it's crazy, right? Like it's a whirlwind, and there's an adjustment period not only for her but for her teammates around her, for Indiana as a whole. But I think it's all really good things, and so it takes a little bit to get adjusted to it. But after that, I mean, come on, it's part of something great that doesn't come around very often, and so if you're not paying attention, I don't know what you're doing.
Fans wasted no time showing their support, flooding social media with excitement about Sophie joining the Fever. The connection was instant, no adjustment period needed. She didn't just join the team, she embraced it fully from day one.
I know you said earlier this month that you'd do the Sabrina Carpenter to Caitlin's Taylor Swift.
That was a joke, but I guess people really took that seriously.
People love it. What excites you about playing with her this year?
I mean, she has changed our game in the best possible way in every way. And so just to be alongside of her and maybe relieve the pressure, being able to shoot and spread the court for her to go do her thing.
This is exactly the kind of addition the Fever needed, someone who truly wants to be there, believes in what they are building, and brings both talent and energy to the locker room. While critics like Swoops keep pushing outdated narratives, players like Sophie are proving them wrong with their actions. Indiana isn't being overlooked anymore, it's becoming a true destination in the WNBA.
Still young, and I think that I've been taken under, Diana took me under her wing, and I've learned a lot from her, and now I hope to kind of do the same for Caitlin if she wants it. I just think the relationship piece is huge, and when you're trying to do something great, it takes everybody, and so I want her to go do her thing, and anything she needs from me, I'm going to be here. But again, I think that just the competitor that I am, I'm fierce, I'm sassy. I stick up for my teammates, stick up for myself, and so sometimes I think that's okay to be feisty and to be yourself.
Remember last season when opponents treated Caitlin Clark like a punching bag? The cheap shots, the hard screens, the unnecessary contact after the whistle, it was non-stop. But now, the Fever have added exactly what Clark needed and didn't have before, a true enforcer. Someone who will make opponents think twice before trying anything.
Excited to play in front of the fans. I think that she's drawn a lot of people, not only to Indiana, but to the women's game as a whole. And so just to be a part of something great, just really happy to be here.
Sophie Cunningham isn't just bringing her talent to Indiana, she's bringing her reputation as one of the WNBA's toughest competitors. The kind of player opponents think twice about challenging. At her introductory press conference, she put it plainly, I'm fierce. I'm sassy. I stick up for my teammates. I stick up for myself. And those 5 words about standing up for her teammates? They might be the most important thing Caitlin Clark has heard all off-season.
Caitlin Clark was getting hit a lot. She was getting hit a lot early, and they needed their Charles Oakley. You've got that in Sophie Cunningham.
Let's be honest, last season was rough for Caitlin Clark. Game after game, we watched her take hits, get bumped, and targeted with little to no consequences. The physical play kept escalating, and her teammates either couldn't or wouldn't step in to send a message. It felt like watching a boxing match where only one fighter had someone in their corner. Clark took a lot of hits, especially early on, and the Fever needed their own enforcer, someone who wouldn't back down. Now, with Sophie Cunningham, they finally have that. Throughout her time in Phoenix, Sophie built a reputation as the ultimate teammate protector. When opponents went after Mercury stars, they knew they'd have to deal with her. And now, she's made it crystal clear, the same protection extends to Clark and the entire Fever roster.
Maisha Hines-Allen fells her, and then tries to step over, and then Sophie Cunningham grabs her leg. Nobody's going near Maisha Hines-Allen, but no, Sophie Cunningham will start the fight. The refs are trying to break it up. None of the Mercury players are going to go near Maisha Hines-Allen. They're scared. She's scared of bejesus out of them. Maisha Hines-Allen is one of the toughest players in this league. Sophie Cunningham going head-to-head.
What makes Sophie such an effective enforcer isn't just her toughness, it's her total commitment to doing the dirty work her team needs. She embraces physical play, fights through defenders to finish at the rim, and creates space for her teammates. This kind of edge was exactly what last year's Fever lineup was missing. Too often, they looked outmatched when games turned into physical battles. With Sophie on board, that's about to change.
Sophie Cunningham, in general, is just wild. Wild is the best word I can use to describe Sophie Cunningham. And, it is just, it's carnage. It's carnage a lot of the time when Sophie Cunningham gets involved with anything. The amount of fights that Sophie Cunningham has been involved in.
When you're trying to do something great, it takes everybody. I want her to do her thing. Anything she needs from me, I'm going to be here, Sophie said, making it clear that protecting Caitlin Clark is part of her mission in Indiana. Her toughness, absorbing contact, Finishing through defenders, and setting the tone physically, will be crucial in allowing Clark to play her game without constantly looking over her shoulder.
I've always been a huge fan of Stephanie White, and I'm not kidding. In college, we played, she coached against me and whatnot, and so we've known each other for quite a long time, and since I've been in the league, I was like, hey, when are you going to coach me? It was always just kind of a running joke, and it's been one for the past 3 or 4 years. And so to finally all kind of come together just at the right time, I'm stoked. I think she's a heck of a coach. I love her offense. I love her approach to games and her approach to her players and the relationship she has with their players. And so I just think that we're going to do something really special here and move.
The impact of having a true enforcer goes beyond just Caitlin Clark. Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell will also benefit from having someone who's ready to set the physical tone. More importantly, opposing teams will have to rethink how they play the Fever. The old rough-up Clark strategy suddenly comes with real consequences when Sophie Cunningham is on the floor.
On offense, Cunningham is a floor spacer and a deep shot maker. Each of her last 3 seasons, she's finished top 20 in the WNBA in threes made per minute on the floor among qualified players. And she will join a backcourt that features 2 of the top 5 three-point shot makers from a year ago, Caitlin Clark and Kelsey.
Sophie Cunningham's impact isn't just about toughness. Her basketball fit with the Fever is almost unfair to the rest of the league. While her physicality grabs the headlines, it's her elite shooting that could truly change Indiana's offense. Last season, she knocked down 38% of her shots from beyond the arc, adding another reliable shooter to space the floor around Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell. That means whenever defenses double-team Indiana stars, they'll have to think twice, because Sophie will be ready to make them pay.
But let's look at her defense, where in Phoenix, her versatility was on full display. Capable of guarding 1 through 4 in the lineup, she would defend star point guards one game, then be a small ball 4 the next night. As the Fever look to improve defensively from a season ago, her style fits Stephanie White perfectly. Aggressive, in your face, and physical.